Hey everybody, it's Steph from the Hot Move Podcast. So, Caitlin Clark's first playoff game drew massive numbers for the WNBA. All right, I mean, look, nobody has been talking about the WNBA this season, nor has there been any anticipation of watching the WNBA playoffs unless you're a hardcore WNBA fan. Okay, but it seemed like the general audience has been staying plugged in and watching Caitlin Clark. Okay, look. They're saying that she drew 1.8 million views for the Fever vs. Connecticut Sun. Okay, that is the most since a finals game 2 in 2000 for a WNBA game. All right, we talking over 2 decades that it finally took a Caitlin Clark to generate this kind of viewership. Even in a loss and the criticisms of her performance, whatever, the WNBA needs the eyeballs, needs the ad revenue, all that stuff. All right, the dollars, the rev generating dollars, the eyeballs, all of it. Okay, like, you know, this and what this highlights, right, is why Caitlin Clark should be on the Olympic team. Okay, could you imagine if Caitlin Clark was on the Olympic team, how much ratings that would have gotten? Okay, I mean, that's why Shannon Sharp the other day and Stephen, they were going off, was like, listen, y'all trying to talk about growing y'all game and getting visibility and growing the women's game. Put her on the Olympic team for that reason alone. There was this article went on to say that, look, it did very well on NFL Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So for a women's game to get this many views, okay, when it's competing with NFL football, it's truly remarkable, right? It just adds to the early legacy of Caitlin Clark, right? I mean, she has been a lightning rod for the WNBA. Even the old guards and women in the media that have issues and stuff like this is exactly what we're talking about here, right? I mean, this is, again, I've said this before, this is a classic test case scenario of, okay, women, y'all talked about not getting paid. Y'all talking about no one watches y'all game like that and y'all want to get the money as men and get paid and this and that and all that stuff. Okay, here you go. Here's your Hope Diamond. Here you go. Drop it in and voila, right? But then you see how they acting. All this crying and moaning about Caitlin Clark and the attention. Well, Caitlin Clark ain't got to say nothing, right? She didn't even have her best game. They got blown out basically, all right? And still got 1.8 million views. People still tuned in to watch only because of one player. Not because the Connecticut Sun are any good, okay? Not because they're interested in the WNBA as a whole. They're interested in seeing this woman's first playoff debut. Okay, the numbers will speak for itself going forward, no matter what. All right, this is going to be a trend, and more people are just going to watch as she continues to get better. Okay, listen, man. I don't care about the play on the court. I don't care about that. I didn't listen. Me personally, I didn't even watch this game. I was busy watching NFL and all this other stuff. However, I did peep in here and there. But I just wasn't going to turn the NFL game over to watch WNBA playoffs, especially game 1. Like, as much as I like Caitlin Clark and she's done phenomenal, I'm just not checking out of the NFL to watch the round 1 game 1 of a WNBA game. You know, as spectacular as she is, I just wasn't going to do that. If they had a different time slot or whatever, then maybe I'll watch it fully. But overall, though, it's real good that, this is what she's doing to grow the game. This is what she's doing to get eyeballs, right? And you got women like Cheryl Swoops. They're not gonna say that. They're not gonna acknowledge this, right? How she wouldn't dare utter this, right? Have 1.8 million people tuned in to watch Cheryl Swoops. Was Cheryl Swoops in that 2000s NBA Finals game? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, as you can see, it took over 2 decades to even get close to those numbers again. Just shows you the demand for Caitlin Clark is there. It was foolish to leave her off the Olympic team. Okay, not only for eyeballs, but she also plays very well too. So, oh man, the Caitlin Clark haters aren't gonna like this. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, even today, you know who you are. I ain't gonna say this. One of my friends on here, he's messaging me about how bad Caitlin Clark's been playing, like direct messaging me, right? You got guys you got men now messaging each other about WNBA games, right? I've never thought I'd see a day in my life that would actually happen, right? But here we are, right? Times have changed, and it's taken a Caitlin Clark to make that change and make it an absolute reality, man. Anyways, y'all let me know about the Fever and Caitlin Clark getting this many views, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.